Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are all you lovely ones this morning? I hope you're well and doing well with your detoxes and growing spiritually and having some good travels. Uh, that's what it's all about right now. You know, it's when you awaken, the journey changes. It's no more about creation and playing your dramas out. It's about having fun, getting your joys back, and getting your health back, and expanding and getting prepared. So no matter what the 2012 is, right? I thought I was caught up, but I found another big heap of them. And so I'm going to kind of go through here. I only have a half hour this morning. I do have some cancellations this afternoon. If I can work some of this in, I'm going to do that because I really would like to get caught up on you. There are some very important questions that you have here, and I would really like to get to them. And there's one guy I want to address here who's making some interesting comments here, and I will address him later. I think it's a male. What is your name? Leo? Yeah, Leo. You did ask some very direct questions, but they're almost antagonistic questions. And I don't mind that, but when you start asking little antagonistic questions there, then it shows me your ego hasn't been tempered yet. So that's probably coming your way there. But I will address definitely some of your things here for sure. One of the things, of course, you addressed was I do drink ice cold water and tea. I do. I run very hot. I like to think of myself as constantly trying to channel the Supreme Being more and more and more. But as I do, I burn. I used to burn, just literally burn. And people would touch me and I'd be on fire. So I always like to cool myself down. I could care less what the Chinese think about cold water. I could care less what anybody thinks. I do what I need to do for myself so I can still be here and give you these messages. And a lot of people don't realize the tremendous journey that healers have on this planet right now, particularly in the United States. The United States is nothing like you think it is. And you look at Christopher, always run out of town. Jensen, harassed. I've been harassed all my life. Richard Schultz, he was arrested. I mean, some of you just don't realize the amount of work, what we've had to deal with, the threat of imprisonment, sometimes imprisonment, and then when you fight the government for their corruption, that's even a bigger, here's the black cars pulling up and the black helicopters flying overhead. You know, it's that sort of thing. So life has been interesting to get to this point, so you all have this information. Dr. Jensen's had some horrendous stories himself, poor guy. Christopher always ran out of town. I mean, I admire these healers that stood up for truth and battled this so we all could have that information. And Leo, that's what you have to realize, that you have no clue to the journey some of us have made to get here so you guys could have this information. And the threat is still looming over us big time. And so, you know, it's just one of those things. It's just you got to walk a mile in somebody's shoes. I've always been a hard worker. I've always been barrel-chested. I used to work out. What happens if you work out and get too big, then as you get older, you sag a little bit. That's the other problem. And I can still work the Leos of the world under the ground, let me tell you. Okay, let me go on here. This is... Amjad, you have a spinal problems for over 5 years, herniated disc in my lumbar. Well, most of the time you see lower back in us, you know. And remember, we've talked about L4 and L5 being the kidney vertebrae, and it'll spread, of course, to 4 and 6, and that lower back goes, and then the sciatic and all the problems that exist from there. To repair the spine, what would you have to do to repair the spine? Would it be the same thing you would have to do to repair the kidneys? Would it be the same thing you would have to do to repair the liver? Matter of fact, isn't it the kidneys that control this gigantic sewer system. Now, being that there's only two sides of chemistry, would not that be predominantly the acid side of chemistry that's breaking down, pulling calcium out, breaking tissue down, even bone? So it's going to be the acid side that takes you back to the lymph system, it takes you back to the kidneys and adrenals. And of course, the telltale sign is L4 and L5, or in that lower lumbar region is the kidney region, and right there's your proof hands down. To fix the lower spine, you have to fix the kidneys and adrenals, or you can't fix the lower back. You just can't. You can't just address that. You can't just take calcium and address those problems, or you could give yourself big-time arthritis. You can't just take calcium. These people that recommend calcium have given a lot of people arthritis from that, and you can't do that. You have to also look, of course, at, you're right, the parathyroid gland. Real important to understand that you have to utilize calcium, but you also have to stop why the body's drawing it. Why is the body borrowing the calcium out of structure? And it's probably not just the lower back that you see, but the lower back is definitely an area that you see all the time. And yeah, you've noticed an increase in pain. So really, get those raw foods going, my friend. Get into the kidneys, get into the adrenal glands. You could use the Bones formula for sure, but I would also make sure my parathyroid's kicked up a little bit and really start moving those acids out of the tissues, and then you can rebuild herniations and things. Might take you a little while, but hang in there. You'll get it. All that structure will strengthen up here. This is an important one that most people have never heard of, and that's trigeminal neuralgia. This affects the C2 spine area, comes around and hits this trigeminal nerve here, and I'm telling you, I've had several cases, extreme pain, really very bad pain, uncomfortable, of course, some cases really have it bad. So a couple of things. You definitely want to pop check the upper spine here. It is related to the C2 area, but you're going to go right into that lymph system and you're going to move that lymph. Get that body alkaline and move that lymph. You can use antispasmodics a little bit for pain, but this is a more elevated pain. Trigeminal neuralgia can be really painful, and I feel for this person. But really get into that lymph system. You got to go all raw and really get to that if you're in a lot of pain. Cutting the nerve, some people do that. Not my idea of a good thing. Because a lot of things can happen when you do that. So you really want to get, and again, work on that upper spine, move that lymph, and get your body alkaline. You're going after rebuilding, but check that upper C-spine relationship to that, okay? Very important, very painful issue. I feel for them. I really do. Got my heart there, man. I've been over Meniere's disease already, guys. Saturate yourself with Parasite M or something like that, Parasite G. Really move those lymphs. Some people are extremely infestated, and really hit that. You guys make some great comments here. Monica 9V, let's see what you said here. I think. Thanks for these comments, guys. Thank you. There's a long list of problems in her health. The medical doctors, let me see, they write out another script for you all the time, of course. That's what they do, though. I mean, I beat the allopathic community up a little bit. Bottom line, most MDs really just don't have a clue. They feel like they're doing the right thing, and they just are not awakened to what's going on here. Others really hurt others. There are some very bad MDs that hurt others that, and there's some fields that shouldn't exist, like oncology. Uterine cancer, let's see, 1 year ago I had uterine cancer, and now they are checking me for Lynch syndrome. I know I have thyroid problems, hep C, arthritis, both RA and osteo. Sounds like you got a lot of sulfur in that body, sweetheart. Neuropathy in my feet, degenerative joint disease, and on and on and on. I am falling apart. I didn't have money to spend on naturopathic. I guess that's what you mean, doctors. And my Medicare, yeah, they don't pay worth a crap. Well, yeah, oh, you're on methadone for the pain. Jeez, honey. Well, sweetheart, is this a male or a female? Anyway, listen, you want to really tear into your lymph system. I mean, this is obvious. Remember, I made a comment before that RA definitely has a lot of sulfur in them. Now, I have seen some RAs that didn't. So hopefully you're one of them. If you have a lot of sulfur, it's going to take you a little longer to get yourself some remedy here. Obviously, you know, an itis is acidosis, and you're going to be losing calcium out of joints. You're going to be losing calcium out of connective tissue. The only way you can stop this realistically is to remove the acids or get this river of lymph moving again. You're stagnant. That's big time adrenals. You're low in steroids. Your kidneys aren't filtering, obviously, and so you're seeing this uterine cancer, hands down. You weren't moving your lymph. And you see that everything you say here is related to your lymphatic system. Hep C, you can have viral loads, depends what your liver enzymes are, but what's the liver made of? Just a bunch of cells and two fluids. Viral loads are viral loads. They can attach or not attach. Consider them like an antigen or similar like an octopus that latches onto a cell, and then that cell can be terminated. It's kind of a signal, if you will, to the immune system. Sometimes these virals will take hold and sometimes not. It's like this gentleman yesterday with HIV. Get these viral loads out of you, because the way they treat HIV, you know, and then of course there's no cure for anything allopathically, and so a lot of people die with HIV that should never have died. No one has to die with anything here. If you wait too long, it might be hard to get you back, but no one should die from anything. The body's a regenerative organ here. Just because the medical doctors don't have a clue, these guys should be the minor side of life. Alternative. If you need to, if we can't get you, you might check that door. But you've got a lot of problems here you want to fix up here, sweetheart. Thyroid problems, use a glandular on that. Definitely dig into that lymph system. You're getting neuropathy, you're breaking down the nervous system. That'll reverse itself. All this will reverse itself. Don't get freaked out here, okay, sweetheart? You just got to, yeah, uterine cancer would be a female, excuse me. It's early. Where have I been all night? Yeah, you'll be okay. Don't freak out. Just get loaded with knowledge. That's why I'm doing these videos, to help all of you guys, and particularly people like you that have a lot of problems, that feel like there's no hope. These are all connected. These are all connected to the same thing. Isn't that beautiful? You don't have to go thinking, oh my God, I've got all these different things. No, start empowering yourself. Empower yourself with the knowledge of what we're talking about here. It's simplistic. It's right on. It's factual. It is the way it is. And you can fix this and get your health back. And so don't freak out, and grab your joy and grab your power, and go for that. Get your body back in shape there, my friend. Yeah, I'm referring to the Master Cleanser Fruit Slammer. Wow, man, I like that name, Fruit Slammer. I love that. Yeah, Master Cleanser. Yeah, pinch of cayenne if you want it. I don't care. I've done it with just lemon juice. I don't need maple syrup in my lemon juice, but some people like that, or agave or something. Of course, something in there, stevia. I don't care. Honey, even though he didn't like honey too well. But you know, who cares? And he was all right. Does it mean there's something wrong with my adrenal glands? Let's see what this is.